Hello and welcome to all my GBFs. It's Dwayne, and today is March 5th, Thursday, and it's about 8 o'clock at night. All right, so I hope everybody's having an amazing day here in the world. Florida has learned that it's supposed to be the sunshine state yet again. The heat is back. We're on day 2 of like 90-degree weather. But this is not a weather forecast. What this is your gay best friend, starring me, Dwayne Anthony. All right, I am sorry. I am about a day or two behind on posts and uploading an episode, mainly because I've been kind of busy with. I've been kind of busy chatting with my fans, which it's great, and I am always going to be doing this moving forward. You follow me, I'm going to say hello, I'm going to thank you. If you are a person, if you are a company looking to do a sponsorship, I don't think I'm there as of yet, but never say never. I would like to tell you a little story about what's been going on the last 72 hours. There was a person whose Instagram handle kind of implied that their name was Marvin, but if you were to go to their profile, it said their name was Kenneth, and I'm not going to be sharing all of Marvin or Kenneth's information, but the main reason why I'm doing this is because, as you saw by the title of this episode, I believe I was catfished. And I think that was very interesting because this is the first time that's ever happened to me that I know of. But I'm going to read a little bit of the conversation that we'll call Marvin and I had. And you tell me what you think. So it started off 4 days ago on Monday morning. He started following me on my Instagram at Dwayne Anthony, and I thanked him for following. He said, "You're welcome." You welcome, sir. Then he said he was from Jacksonville, Florida, and that was nice meeting me. He wanted to know a little bit more about. I'll just read it. Well, would you mind telling me little more about yourself? That's if you don't mind me asking. And I said I'll answer any questions he may have. He said that's good. He let me know right off the bat that he was versatile, single, and looking to meet my mate, according to him. And he said that he was very good looking. He was too good looking to be single. And he said, "Wow, that's very funny and feels like a compliment hearing you say that right now. Well, I bet all the men in your area must have been..." Sorry, I'm going to read this verbatim and you tell me what you think. "Well, I bet all the men in your area must have been knocking down your feet and wanting you more." Now, it was very clear that English was not his first language. And I know I have met a lot of people from around the world. I have several friends from Brazil who English is not their first language. That's fine. Portuguese is. And I know a lot of people who Spanish is their first language of choice. And that's great. Nothing against that. But when I asked him, he said he knew very, very little Spanish, but English was his major language, and he grew up in Texas. Okay. That his mother was Portuguese, however, his father was from some town in Texas. And red flags all around. And then pretty much out of the gate during the same first conversation, I asked him what he did for a living. And this was his response. "I was working with my dad, has his personal auditor in his oil and gas company before he died, but I don't work there anymore due to the death of my parents. Are you real or a player?" That's what he wanted to know. I told him I was sorry to hear about the death of his parents. I'm as real as they get, but I'm only looking for friends because I am married and I'm not looking for anything more. But he says, yes, am for real because I hate liars, fake people, and that's why I am so scared of fallen in love again. But life is all about trials. He wants to know if I was friendly or the shy type. And he basically just plays off of what I say. I'm like, oh, depending on the situation, one-on-one, I'm very good, I'm very friendly. In groups, I come off as shy. He said he's very friendly and sometimes shy, depends on the place or mood. And they want to know, which was kind of weird, that if I had forgiven all the past relationship and those that have offended you or hurt you in the past. And he said, English is also my first language, and I know a little bit of Spanish. And little of Spanish is what he says. English, and I'm quoting, English is also my first language, and little of Spanish. Let's see. Now, shout out to Ben Wheeler, Texas, because that's where he says his dad was from. But this is where, red flags are getting thrown on the field left and right with this guy as we're talking. Same first conversation. He tells me out of the blue, finding out my ex with my late dad's uncles tried to kill me over my late dad's inheritance, and them finding out I was gay, and the worst is being the only child of both parents. That's why I ran out of Texas down to Florida to hide till I get myself together and claim my inheritance. I was in Catholic school for 12 years, fell away for a long while, have come back again. I try to go every Sunday. You can find a lot of the answers in life by going back to your faith. Then he says, am surprised and guess you not in my shoes, and I won't judge you for having such thoughts right now. So I'm like, okay. The conversation goes on to the point where we start texting. Now, I knew this guy wasn't who he said he was. If you looked at his Instagram page, he's got he doesn't have Facebook. He has 12 pictures, and they're model pictures. I have done a search to see if anyone else has seen it. There's this Bing image search, but the one or two that I looked up didn't come with any results. But I knew I was being catfished. There's no way in hell this guy he lived the life of an after school special or some crazy ass Lifetime movie. So we start texting a little more throughout the week, and he gives me a phone number to text. Okay, I'll play, because I'm all for a good game or two. But I was still very honest with Marvin or whoever this person was, but very, very nondescript. Didn't tell him where I worked, didn't tell him anything other than what you could find out on my podcast. So he texts me last night, and this is where it ends. We'll skip all the way down to last night. He says to me, I don't have enough unit in my phone. That's why I could not reply back to your message instantly. And I asked, what do you mean when you say unit? Can you help me get small unit for my phone? Please tell me that nobody else is falling for this, because if it's too good to be true, and I don't want to say that, oh my God, this guy is so hot and he's into me and this can't be true, so you should be skeptical and put up your wall. I am not saying that at all. What I am saying is, when within 3 days someone starts asking you for money to put on their phone because they couldn't reply instantly, that's BS. And the fact that, let's not gloss over the fact that his parents were killed and that he was trying, his dad's uncles were trying to kill him for the inheritance. Are you kidding me? And he's trying to work out the paperwork so he can get his inheritance. But he doesn't have enough money for minutes on his phone. And who the hell, are you kidding? So he said, can you help me get small unit for my phone? I meant I don't have data on my phone and keeps hanging. Honey. And then I didn't respond. 5 minutes goes by and he goes, honey, can you get it for me? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? I would like to know that people are not falling for this. This is a public service announcement to all my gay best friends out there, even some of my enemies. Fuck, you don't deserve this. Love yourself. Don't fall for this shit. I wasn't falling for it. I just thought it was just a way to kill time. And in the beginning, I honestly thought it was just a fan. It was just someone who wanted to be, just as the title says, my best friend. That's great. I am still open to that. I will not turn anybody away to talk. You start fucking with my payroll, then that's a totally different situation. However, I am the first one to say, hey, let's go for coffee, and I'll buy you a cup of coffee. I don't care. I love being friends with people. I love being social in the one-on-one environment. But this guy was pure catfish. Now, when I was in New York and I was staying at my friend's house in Jersey City, she has a couple of shows that she watches all the time. And one of those is Catfish on MTV, which kind of everything was pointing to, do the episode, Dwayne, do this episode. Like, this is what you were meant to talk about, because I believe things happen for a reason. I believe there's one of you out there, at least one person out there, who's having a conversation with somebody who won't show them a recent picture, who will skate around questions, because that's what this guy was doing for a little bit during parts of our conversation. I would ask him specifics, and he would just brush them off like he just didn't see them. And he would ask me a totally different question. So it was very obvious. But one of the shows that my friend's addicted to is Catfish. It's one of those guilty pleasures. Her other guilty pleasure is my 600-pound life. And then there was one other one she watches. My Strange Addiction is another one she watches. And when I talk to her about this and I go, why do you watch these all the time? Like, what is in it for you? What do you get out of this? What kind of brain candy is it for you to, just escape life? And it's not brain candy for her to escape life. She's like, it helps me feel better about myself, which I thought that was amazing. Like, I really sat back and had to think about that. She watches my 600-pound life because she struggles with losing weight, but fortunately enough for her, it's nowhere near that extreme. So, and I'm sure there are many of you that watch shows about people who are doing so much worse than them, just to feel a little better about yourself, thinking, oh, it really could be worse, because you could be 600 pounds and you could literally not be able to physically get up out of bed or walk through your doorway or walk to your car. Like, you couldn't turn these shows into positives. So we watched a couple episodes of Catfish together, and again, I believe everything happens for a reason. Like, this is the very first time. I don't know. It's like I put the vibe out there. I put that energy out there. Like, wow, who believes these catfishers? Like, who does that? And so as soon as I realized this person was not who they were, I kind of did my own little social experiment just to talk and see how long it would take for them to actually ask me for money. And it literally was less than 72 hours. The conversation started Monday, and it was a little bit here on and off, Monday, Tuesday. By 10 o'clock on Wednesday night, they were asking for money. And that's when I did the whole block. That's when I sat back and I was like, nope, now you've crossed the line. And I didn't even call him out because you know why? Because if you call someone out like that, what does that really do? They know what they're doing. You know, they probably have at least, 10, 20 other people on the line, trying to reel them in. And obviously it's been successful at least once for them. It's like playing slots. I'm wondering if it is an addiction for them, like that high when they get a couple of bucks and let's see how much more I can get. Because there's no way they can live off of this stuff. I mean, this was pure AOL Arabian Prince needs money email. You know what I'm talking about. Because if you're listening to me, chances are you're about my age and you've received one of those AOL emails about how this Saudi prince, is trying to get his inheritance and can't get it until, you send him a check and they send you a check and, and the first time it works. And so they keep doing it. Or when you're sitting in a casino, and this is my addiction. And this is why I don't do this as often, because I'll lose my fucking house and my shirt and everything. I love slot machines. I've been to Vegas a couple of times. I used to live in New Jersey, so I used to go to Atlantic City frequently enough, a couple of times a year. And what I love is the slot machines, the video slot machines, the ones that have the bonuses. The one that has the ones like Willy Wonka or Titanic. Those are my favorite right now. Oh my God. They pay out pretty well too. But you just keep playing until you hit the bonus. You're like, just one more bonus. Because the first time you hit the bonus and it does really, really good. Oh my God, my muscles are tensing up right now. That's how excited I am about this. I'm like, ooh, got to go to Tampa right now to go to Hard Rock and go to the Seminole casino that they have over in the Hard Rock at Tampa. Oh my God, I'm like jonesing for a fix. Anyway, I digress. So, who wants to talk to me? Nobody. Nobody wants to talk to me. I got an email though. All right, we're good. It's about the coronavirus. I am not doing an episode on the coronavirus, by the way. Biggest thing about the coronavirus I could tell you is what everybody is saying. Wash your hands. Wash your fucking hands. However, I'm gonna... Wow, I'm all over the place today. Look, fuck this guy Marvin. Don't get scammed. Don't allow it. Let's talk Corona. Let's get through this. And they're talking about washing your hands. Yes, be safe and wash your hands. However, have you ever... They're saying the recommended time to wash your hands is 20 seconds. They're saying because of the coronavirus, I've read a couple of places that you should do it for 30 seconds. Be safe. Have you ever tried actually washing your hands for 20 seconds? The soap is gone by that point. Like, do you sit there, you wet your hands, you put a decent amount of soap in, maybe even double the amount you normally use. You wet your hands again, start lathering up, and you're working your hands. You're singing the chorus to the Killers song, or whatever song you decide to sing that's 20 seconds long. You sing the alphabet twice, whatever. Halfway through, there's no more soap on your hands. It's sticky as hell. You wet your hands again. There goes the rest of the soap. So you have to wash your hands a second time. Screw washing your hands for 20 or 30 seconds. Just wash them twice for 10 seconds. How about that? Wash them twice for 15 seconds. You will get full lather. You'll get full satisfaction. Do that. It's like when they say when you chew, you're supposed to chew like some ridiculous amounts, like 40 times before you swallow. How big are your friggin' bites? Take a bite and start chewing. And then it disintegrates by the time you hit that magic number that they say you're supposed to hit when you chew. Matter of fact, I have this new setup here at home, so you don't hear every time I bang my damn keys on my keyboard. So I'm going to be able to look this up for you right now. how many times should you chew your food? Just because. All right. How many times should you chew your food? This is according to healthline.com. Chewing food 32 times. Experts have a lot to say about chewing. One common piece of advice is to chew your food an estimated 32 times before swallowing. I would like you to try that. I would totally like for you to take a bite of your lunch or your dinner or your snack or whatever and chew 32 times. Like, actually masticate your food to the point where you're just grinding on your molars. Like, there's no way in hell you're going to hit 32 times without nothing left in your mouth. Like, it, and I guess that might be the point, but no. Wash your hands twice for 15 seconds. That's the big deal about the coronavirus. That's what I have to say to you. If you have a compromised immune system, if you are older, if you are much younger, then, go see your doctor. Do the thing. Get tested. Protect yourself. Here in Orlando, where I live in a place that has lots of visitors from around the world come, and other people I work with have gotten sick. As you've known, if you've been listening the last several episodes, I've been kind of sick. But I've been traveling a lot, going in and out of cold temperatures, going to other countries in November and December. So, and then we get cold weather here in Florida, and then we're going into spring, and now it's 90 degrees, and you're like, fuck, what's going on? And then you're just not 100%. I get it. So, I know I don't have the coronavirus, just so you know. However, I take care of myself, and I wash my hands, and I have hand sanitizer. I don't need to smell like a hospital to know that I am clean. And we, in my household, have stocked up at Bath and Body Works. Their little handy backs or whatever, their hand antibacterial, I guess, things that smell really, really good. They can even pass for cologne. So you do you, boo. You do that. Just don't make sense too much. That just, yuck. Anyway. All right, I'm just rambling at this point because I've had so much to tell you guys about. I'm going to cut it soon because seriously, don't get catfished. Wash your hands twice and just chew like a human being and don't swallow large pieces of food. Ta-da! That's the PSA of Dwayne Anthony today. And no, I am not bitter or angry that I have been catfished. They didn't get a cent out of me. I knew it was happening, so that's fine. It was more of a social experiment for me. I didn't look for it. It just kind of fell in my lap. So I went for it. I was like, hey, let's play. But I want to know if you have been catfished before. That's what I'm kind of interested in knowing. And I also want to know, send me a message. All of my contacts are down below in the description of this podcast. I would love to know what's your favorite antibacterial hand soap, antibacterial handy backs, I think they're called. I have no idea, but I have so many of them. Jeez. But what's your favorite scent right now? Because, well, I'm curious. I love the food ones, and I love the ones for men, like Noir or Midnight. The ones that actually smell like cologne, because then I could double duty that shit all day long. And I'm clean, and I smell good too. Alright, guys. That's all I've got for you tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, day, whatever time you are listening to this. And I hope that this show lives on in infamy and that people are saying, what the hell is the coronavirus? Because take care of yourselves. Leave me a message. I'd love to talk to you guys. It's so much fun. So I will talk to you soon. And I love you guys and have a good night. Bye.